What's going on, guys? It's Karl here, back with another episode comparing the brand new iPhone XS against the more budget-friendly OnePlus 6. This is where there's a huge difference in price. We're comparing a phone that starts at $1,000 compared to one that is half the price, close to $530. Is the iPhone worth 2 times as much as this guy over here? So let's maybe start off with what you get first. The XS, of course, 5.8 inches. I'm not even talking about the 10 Max, which is even more expensive. You can go all the way up to 512 gigs. That will cost you $1,500, or if you're up here in Canada where I am, close to $2,000, which is mind-blowing for a smartphone. Over on the OnePlus 6, starts at $530. That's for 6 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage. Pay the extra $50, around $570. You get 8 gigs with 128 gigs of storage. That is a ton of value for what you're getting. Both devices feel very premium, and that's where you really start to appreciate how good value the OnePlus is. They're both made out of glass, and it really depends. This is the matte finish, the matte black, or if you get the mirror black or a limited edition color like this, you really see how different the finishes are, even though this may look like aluminum. As I mentioned, both made out of glass. Display-wise on the front, I think this is where there's a big difference. 5.8 inches, or if you're getting the XS Max, 6.5 inches Super Retina panel OLED. The OnePlus 6, 6.28 inches Full HD, so it's a 1080p panel, and if you really look closely, that's where you see the clarity over on the iPhone start to shine. Is it 2 times as good of a display? Probably not, and there are other budget-friendly phones with Quad HD displays. It's just something that I think the OnePlus, perhaps we'll see that in the OnePlus 6T, which is coming very soon. I think they'll upgrade the display here. Kind of going around the OnePlus, we've got the USB-C port on the bottom, and it has dash charging, which I think is the best feature of the OnePlus 6. You can quickly juice it up in around 15 minutes. Still has the good old headphone jack, but where I find that this guy lacking is in fact the speakers, which actually the XS has improved a ton this year. Battery-wise, with the addition of iOS 12, I found that the XS does last me the entire day. I still do prefer the larger XS Max for that. I still run very close to the end, near the end of the day. Over on the OnePlus 6, same kind of story, though it does have dash charging, which means, as I mentioned, I can charge this guy up in 15 minutes and get around 50%. Cameras on the back, I think this is where the biggest difference is. Even though the OnePlus 6 has dual 16 megapixel sensors, it has a higher megapixel count than, say, the 12 found on the iPhone XS. Photos off of this guy look considerably better. I find that this handles dynamic range way better. That's due to Smart HDR. Here are, of course, some sample shots. I'll let you guys be the judge down below in the comments. And when it comes down to it, is the iPhone XS twice as good of a phone as the OnePlus 6? Definitely not. You're really kind of comparing apples literally to oranges. Both different operating systems. We of course have iOS. You have all those benefits of continuity, iMessage, FaceTime. And the question is, can you afford to spend that kind of money on a smartphone? It is the thing that you use every single day. Is this worth it over, say, the iPhone 10? I really don't think so. If you're looking at the OnePlus 6, I think you're just in a completely different market. You're looking to save some money. This brings some awesome value, but just remember, the OnePlus 6T is coming out very soon, just next month, which means you'll have to stay posted to that review as well. I'll definitely compare it against the XS, but very curious to hear your thoughts on budget-friendly $500 range or $1,000 plus for the XS. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you in one of my next ones or in one of my vlogs. Peace.